Good morning, Our Lady of Mount Carmel. It is another beautiful day. And my friends, the world is waiting for you. So I hope you're ready to bring all that you have to bless those around you and to celebrate the goodness of God. You've said your prayers, you've had your breakfast, you're hitting the ground running, and it's time for a great day of school. So I'm excited about all that you will do and all that you will accomplish. Before you head off into these other things, though, I want you to think about what Jesus tells us in today's lectionary. It's an extraordinary thing. In today's lectionary passage, we get a section from the Gospel of John in which Jesus carries on his sermon on the fruit of the vine. He tells us what it is to be the church, and he tells us what it is to be in relationship with him. And as he's finishing this sermon, he tells us why he did what he did. He tells us why he took on flesh, why he came to be with us, to walk with us, to help us to know him in a very special way, and then why he suffered and died and overcame sin and death. Very often, when we think about Easter, we think about the triumph of the resurrection. We think about the triumph over sin and death, and we think about how much God cares for us, how much he doesn't want us to be unhappy, how much he doesn't want to suffer in our sins. But in today's gospel, Jesus tells us something a little more about why, what it's all about, and what it takes for us to participate in it. He tells us not simply that he came that we would be forgiven, he came that we would be friends. Friends not just with one another, but friends with God. Now think about that. The very author of all being, the creator of all things, humbled himself, humiliated himself, suffered and died in order that we might be friends with him. That's how much he loves us. And that's also the way that he loves us. It is an extraordinary thing that he would invite us into that friendship with him, to walk with him, to enjoy him, to delight in him. He also tells us today that the way that we prepare ourselves to be with him, prepare ourselves to be friends with him, is to keep his commandments. And he says that keeping our commandments means loving one another. So, my friends, today I am delighted to remind you that you have the opportunity to prepare yourself for friendship with God by being friends with those around you, friends in your home. And it's a fun thing to think about. You can be friends in this way, even with your mom and dad, friends with your siblings, friends with your parents, friends with your grandparents, friends, and sharing that celebration of all that is good in life. So share what you're doing, share what you're learning with your parents, with your family. Let them know what it is that you're doing, what's a part of your life, what you're delighting in. Share the good things in your life and care for them. Bear one another's burdens. And in this way, you'll be more prepared to walk in friendship with the one who loves you more than anyone else. Have a wonderful day, my friends. I'm excited to hear about it. Our Lady of Mount Carmel, pray for us.